This is very special as someone who grew up listening to these guys and loving these guys very much, having them on VHS, and my father and I used to watch their music videos over and over again. It's an honor to have the Nelson brothers here. They're our first guests. Twin brothers known for having some great hair and putting out these hits. I can't live without you. We can't afford any of this.
Ben is dancing right now, so let's bring out Matthew and Gunnar Nelson, and they make up the band Nelson. Next week, they're also releasing a memoir all about their life, their childhood growing up with their famous parents and grandparents, and more. Let's bring them out.
Come on out, Nelson. Hello.
Hey.
That was the best intro all morning.
It was really all morning. How you doing? How you come
So
sit,
good
please?
to meet you. Hello. So nice to meet you. Come on in.
Don't worry, we own all that stuff.
We are just,
it's all clear.
We were just spoken to by our bosses. We can't have popular music on anymore, so that was like the first time.
Popular music.
Music is not popular anymore, so it's all right.
How are you guys doing? Let's get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. First question, okay?
What happened
to the hair?
I just want to get. I know you've been asked 1,000 times.
Sleeping in a box on the top shelf of our closet. No, just kidding. It was time. You can work really, really hard, and you can write your own songs and be playing since you were 6 years old and do all that stuff. And the first question people ask is, "What happened?"
I know. Isn't it annoying?
I always say this: when you spend the formative part of your life as a hot Swedish chick, it kind of comes up.
You guys really were.
Yeah, come on. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. It was a lot.
The spandex.
I mean, look at this.
The genetics.
Fabulous hair. Your hair is still fabulous, let's just say.
Thank you.
Lucky to have it.
When you were taking these pictures, did you at any point say, like, maybe this outfit's questionable? Like, one day we're going to look back and say, huh? Or are you just like, let's just do it?
The whole thing when you're coming out with a record for the first time, the whole motto for us was love us or hate us, you're going to know who we are.
Right.
You have to make a splash. There's a lot of traffic out there.
You did, and you did.
And we did.
We spent some time in Europe too. Kind of, it's very important there. The image and all that stuff is as important as the music. So we took that back to the States and thought about people that we admired, guys like Prince and things like that. Nobody would, with our lineage, nobody was going to think that we came from the gutter. Even though our book, we talk about what our actual upbringing was like, because it wasn't Ozzy and Harriet.
Which would people think it is because of your famous family and everything like that.
Yeah, and people think that we're just Nepo babies or trust fund kids and all that kind of stuff. But our job as Nelsons was to make people forget about stuff like that, just to entertain and take them to a different place, and we've gotten a chance to do that in a big way.
You have your memoir coming out next week?
We do.
Yeah, it's available on pre-order right now on Amazon. It's a bestseller in its category already, which is great. So we still have some people out there that want to hear from us a little bit.
By the way, not ghostwritten. This is
it's a real.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, it's all us.
I love that.
It's all us. We have a very unique voice. Actually, kind of like a shared one. We're kind of like the two-headed parrot. We understand that. And honestly, we got some pages back from a friend of ours and said this reads like an instruction manual. So we just did the job, and we're really proud of it. Honestly, it was the hardest thing we've ever done. There are a lot of things in there that we didn't want to dredge up.
Right.
You know, and we just went there. We told the truth on everything. And
we had a reviewer yesterday say, I read your book, and you managed to make me laugh and cry in the same sentence.
That's fantastic.
Which is cool. So we take people there. It's kind of what we do with our shows.
Right.
You know, we still now, we couldn't back when Nelson was out, we played at Radio City Music Hall here, sold it out, and we couldn't go out and meet fans at that time, but now we can. We spend hours with them after shows, and they all have a great story. And this stuff means, it means a lot to people, really, the family connection with us. That's what we've always done. Ozzy and Harriet, our grandparents, our dad sold 500 million records in his career. And
crazy.
We went #1 too. We're the only family in history with 3 generations of #1 hit makers in a row.
That is
It's a Guinness World Record, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know I have an 11-year-old son. No pressure at all.
You have to follow him.
that's right.
And I named him Ozzy, so there you go.
Perfect.
He's a big Osbourne fan.
And you guys sadly lost your father, and there were some things in the book itself, in the memoir, that you wanted to straighten out, you wanted to talk about, correct? There's like,
Well, the press was really cruel. You know, Matthew, the blessing and a curse of growing up in front of the television, like our father did, was he became people's surrogate brother or first crush or whatever. So in our case, when he did die, Matthew found out about it on the car radio. I found out about it on the TV, and we were really close. We were all living together and stuff.
And we were supposed to be with him on that flight, and it was a last-minute change of plans, which was uncharacteristic for our dad. He called us up and bags were packed and he said, guys, I want you to meet me in Dallas. Fly commercial there. He had a beautiful plane. It was a private plane, a DC-3, big plane, not little.
Right.
He bought from Jerry Lee Lewis, and we were very excited about spending New Year's Eve with him, and that call came in and we stayed home. We said, we'll just wait for you to come home, Pop, and he never did. But the press just got a hold of that. I think they sent somebody down to the crash site, and all these rumors started about things that didn't happen, and unfortunately we couldn't talk about it at the time because there was a settlement, and part of the settlement to make sure that the band members' wives got paid and taken care of and the kids got taken care of was, can't talk about it, wait for the NTSB report in 8 months, and unfortunately 8 months later it's gone through the news cycle so much, and our dad was the kindest, sweetest guy you'd ever want to meet, you know, and gave everything.
The truth of the matter was it was a mechanical issue on the plane. It was a leaking heater on the plane, but the press was making allegations of drug abuse that might have contributed to that, and that wasn't the case. So that was our primary reason for writing this book, was to correct that. To
clear it up.
And also to let people know, hey, look, we're not bemoaning the fact that our childhood was not Ozzy and Harriet. It was pretty difficult.
Right.
But it made us stronger, and we relied on each other, of course. So we had each other and we had our music.
And we had 3 rules. Basically, be undeniably good. Don't lose your sense of humor.
Yeah.
And don't be a jerk, but we don't use the word jerk. Those are our 3 rules. And it's really worked for us. And I think that's what the book is about also, is kind of how we've navigated and tried to be good guys in a horrible business, because it's not easy.
I was reading your biography, and I was learning how horrible it really is. I mean, you guys really had to hustle and work through a lot of
Well, everybody
crap.
does, no matter who they are, what they do.
Yeah.
You know, but we're really blessed. I mean, we actually ask ourselves, okay, if someone came to us and said, okay, you're going to go through all of this stuff, it's going to cost you everything you have and more, all your relationships, your health, everything.
You're going to be paying it off for 30 years.
But
we'd say,
but you're going to improve people's lives and change their lives, and people are going to know who you are at the end of it, and you're also going to uphold your family legacy. Would you still do it? We'd be like, where do we sign up?
And you're still here together, being brothers, and
we're
you
not the
wonderful
Everleys.
No, we still get along.
We
still get along, and we actually
finish each
got
other's sentences.
What's that?
You finish each other's sentences.
We're like the two-headed parrot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I apologize to the cameraman.
camera guy.
Sorry about that.
we have camera 1, camera 2. Come on.
We restored the show, by the way, the Ozzy and Harriet show. There were 435 episodes of the Ozzy and Harriet show. We own the show, the family does. And we went in and we restored it in 4K high def off the 35mm films. So when people go out and purchase a show on a pay-per-view kind of thing right now, it's kind of spooky how good it looks.
That's cool.
But it was nice to be able to have some downtime, I guess. One positive thing about the COVID thing.
Talk about your show, your holiday show.
Oh, right, yeah.
We got to discuss that.
That's right.
Well, for Next Star.
Yeah, we just hosted the Holiday Light Spectacular.
Very nice.
And it was exciting to do. It was a lot of fun. We did it from my home in Nashville, Tennessee.
Very
cool.
Yeah, we opened up the front door, welcomed people in.
Random folks.
Yeah, well, random folks who had cameras. And,
They wouldn't want to go to my house. I'm telling you.
and it was cool. We were talking about these incredible lighting displays that are all over the country.
That's awesome.
And
Very cool.
people going full Clark W. Griswold on their houses.
Yep.
And
love
it's
it.
very impressive. I am too lazy to do that myself.
Well, then you just showcase them.
Well, it's great if we can see it on TV.
Yeah.
Love it.
Don't have to do it yourself.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And that's going to be on Pix 11
Yes.
Yep.
this weekend.
Yep.
So thank you guys so
Fantastic.
much.
Thank you guys
Well,
very
thank
much.
you so much, and love being in your hallway in there. That's
Isn't it nice
quality
hallway?
TV.
That's great.
Love
Great
it.
lighting in that hallway.
I know.
And we're off to Atlantic City for a show, actually.
Oh,
in the
sweet.
Tropicana.
Right after this?
Our Christmas show at
sweet.
the Tropicana tomorrow.
Very
so,
nice.
Oh.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Very nice.
Well, if you want to
Busy,
take a
busy.
trip
Driving or-
over,
driving or flying?
We're driving.
We're driving, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
We'll
okay.
leave early, don't worry.
It's an okay drive. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's
no.
okay.
Not too
If
bad.
the weather
It's nice and
permits.
Pre-order their book.
Yes.
That you're looking at it right now. What happened to your hair? I'm so sorry. I had to ask.
It's a good title.
Be sure to tune in to Next Star's Holiday Light Spectacular show. We'll stream on Monday night at 7
Monday.
p.m. on Pix 11 Plus, and right here on Pix 11. Hi, Alexa. How are you?
Hey, it's also going to air Christmas morning at 7 a.m.
Nice. I have a show airing too, so we're probably going to be like overlapping each other on Pix 11. Yeah, yours will be much better. Much better than mine.
You still have
I'll
better
be
hair.
watching.